guys, welcome to the channel. Today I have a review of the Art and Fly markers. These are the brush markers. They are alcohol based. They are dual-ended. You have a chisel tip, you have a brush tip. Let's take a look at these. And they advertise as being comparable to Copic. So I'm going to be honest, I've colored with these the past couple days and I do like them. I tend to like my Copics better, but if you take a look at my swatches here in a minute, I'll explain a couple things to you that I really am impressed about these with, even over the Copics. I can't do a demo in color today, guys. I am so sorry. I have hurt my finger. It hurts too bad to actually sit and color, but I do have a subscriber who is waiting for this review so she can make a decision on some markers. So I wanted to talk about these a little bit, show what I found, and go from there. Okay, now if you take a look at the marker itself, it's a white marker. It is like an octagon type shape. It has ends, dual ends. It is clearly marked that this end is the brush, this end is the chisel. Has a really cute little silver line along the ends underneath the colors, makes it very pretty. They do not have color names, they have color numbering system. This is B64. So you can swatch them out, but you're not going to know that, say, this is a cerulean blue, which it may or may not be, I don't know. But you won't know that, but you will know that you have a number so you can swatch those out. The nibs are actually pretty nice. I'm impressed with them. I do think that they may be a little broader than the Copic nib, but they seem to be holding up very well. I've been coloring with them a good bit. So far, I haven't gotten any fraying from them or anything. I'm having a hard time telling if these are fiber nibs or if they are the sponge nibs like inside of Copic. So I really can't speak on that yet. But overall, I think it is a nice nib. On the opposite, and when you push these, they're on pretty good. When you close them, you have to make sure that you have that final push that seals it down shut, because when you put the lid on, you'll think, oh, the lid's on, and you move along, and it's really not. So you have to give it that final push to make sure it has a good seal. On the other side, I can't even hold the pen like this. It hurts so bad. On the other side, you have the chisel nib, which is a chisel nib very similar to our other budget-friendly markers. The Copic nibs and like the Blick nibs tend to be smaller chisels than this. So, I mean, honestly, I do like these size chisels better. I find the chisels on the Copics doesn't do me as much good when it comes to coloring in large areas because they are smaller. But these do have nice nibs on there. And the great news about these markers, guys, they're refillable. Yes, Art and Fly does sell ink refills. They also sell brush nibs and chisel nibs, so you can replace those. You can also buy the markers individually. If you wanted to buy a smaller set and then just add certain colors, they can be bought individually by contacting Art and Fly, so you could do that. Also, if you had a pen that, got a crack or something like that in it, you could replace the entire marker. And so that's really super nice to be able to do that. So all around, it sounds wonderful. Now I'm going to show you the swatches, and I'm going to explain this a little bit because this is not just the basic set. I did add markers to my set. I'm trying to get as much of these in as I can. Okay, I swatched out all of the markers and then I labeled them with their color names. The ones that do not have an asterisk or anything beside them and it's just a number, that is the color that came in the set that the second set that I received, and I'll get to that in just a few minutes because I want to make sure you have all the information you could possibly ever have about these markers. So those are the ones that came in the 48 set. The biggest set you can buy as a whole set is 48. There's a 24 set and then there's a 48 set. But then they have some things added, okay? These are like the main markers here, with the exception of some of the grays that came with it. But then you have a set that you can purchase of purple tone markers to give you extra purples. You have a blues tone set that you can purchase for blue tones. And they have pastels, guys. They have a 12 count pastel tone set. And I think they're great pastels. I'll show these to you guys. They start right here with this BR 109. And then you have these four here. And then these are pastels also. And they're very nice pastel colors. And it goes down to here, to the BR 107. And those are the pastels. I know a lot of people, I've heard say this in groups and things, that they really wish that markers would include pastels. Well, Art & Fly does have a 12 count pastel set that you can purchase. So that's awesome. And then you have BG1 came in the set that I got. Green Gray 210, Warm Gray 0.5, Warm Gray 6, Cool Gray 0.5, Cool Gray 2, Cool Gray 1, Cool Gray 6, Cool Gray 9, and Black. All come in that set. And then there is a colorless blender that also comes in the 48 also. But then they have what is called their gray tone set. And in the gray tone set, you receive a blue-green number 5. And then you get your blue-green, it's your blue-gray, excuse me. And then you get green grays, which is nice because I do like having the green grays. So you get those in the green gray set. And then they also have a set that I don't have that's called the Stone Tone set. And I don't have those to show you, unfortunately. But then they have a skin tone set. Okay, the skin tones. And this is a particular set that someone was waiting to see. So I bought these just for you. Because I do have other skin tone markers, but I wanted, you know, to be able to show these to you. From here, those from where my thumb, top of my thumb to the bottom of my next thumb, those are the skin tones that come in the skin tone set. It's a 6-piece set. Okay, and I'm just going to show you, I'm going to go through these so you guys can look at the swatches a little at a time, so I can bring them up so you can see the colors better that you can expect to see in the sets. Okay, and then I'll finish by showing you this page. Okay, and what else can I tell you right now about this? Okay, my thoughts on the Art & Fly versus Copics, okay? All right, a lot of people I've heard complain that they don't like the Copics because they're kind of washed out. They're very light colors. They're not bold enough. They're not bright enough. Things like that. This is what I see with this set. Art & Fly claims that they're comparable to the Copics, that they are a Copic competitor. It's what they claim on their website. I personally, like I said, do believe that the Copics may be better quality, but of course the Copics cost so much more than these. The set of 45 is $89 of the Art & Flies. Ink replacements are about $4.99. Nib replacements are about $4.99 to $5.99, I believe it was. And then your extra tone sets, your purples, blues, things like that, they're about $12.99 to $14.99. I believe the 12-piece pastel set was $24.99. So at the end of the day, for about $200 or a little less, you could have the entire Art & Fly line, the complete line, which is so much less than Copic. Of course, well, a good way to look at that is a 72 Copic on Amazon, and that's only if you go through Amazon, which is your A set or your B set, and your Copic Chows, not your Copic Sketch. Your Copic Chows are $200, and that's just for 72. You're getting more than 72 here for a little less, and if you were to go with sketch markers, they're like $300 to $400 for a 72 of sketch markers. So these are cheaper than the Copics, and they're refillable, and they have replaceable nibs, and yes, that's awesome. And the one thing I've noticed about the inks is they're not washed out. They're not extremely bright. They are extremely light. They are very pigmented. They are very bright. They're very bold. And that's not something that you necessarily get. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, I like my Prismas because, you know, of the way the ink looks. I like my Cali Arts because of that. And if you look at these swatches, they're very similar to what we would come to expect out of our Cali Art sets and things like that. I think Prisma does have maybe some, I don't know, I think some of it may be pretty comparable to the Prisma colors also, to be honest. So you're getting that boldness of the ink that you're not getting in the Copics. So honestly, I think that this set is a great addition if you do own Copics or Copic Chows. I think that would be good to get those extra markers mixed in there. Also, if you just really want to get into brush markers, I think that this is a great way to do that, to be able to get refillable brush markers. Bianyo and Master Markers, I believe, have brush sets, and they're considered quote-unquote more budget-friendly type brush pens, but those I don't believe have refills or replacements or anything like that, where with these you can get singles as replacements, you can get your ink refills, you can get your nib replacements, all of that at the palm of your hands. Now, let me tell you what I experienced, and then what I am going to do is show you, you know, the lines that you can make and things like that with the markers. Also, since I'm not going to be able to do a big coloring or anything, but I did want to tell you what I experienced, because I believe in full transparency with my subscribers. I purchased the 48 set from Art and Fly through Amazon. The markers I received, I was very disappointed. Oh, I was more than disappointed. I was angry because I had waited to make a video. I was going to do a full demo, the whole 9 yards for you guys. Try to introduce us to these Art and Flies, see what we thought about them. I had 3 markers that were not only not working, the nib were just rock hard. And there were several of the chisels that were crooked inside the pens, and it was just, I stopped the video, and I emailed Art and Fly immediately, and I told Art and Fly that I had a good mind to go ahead and air the video as to what not to buy. I told them that these were just as bad, if not worse, than my dreaded Touch 5s. I was so angry. But what I do think happened, now that I did calm down, I spoke to Liz at Art and Fly. What I believe happened was that Amazon sold me old stock, and that can happen at times. Art and Fly has updated their 48 set. There's some new ones fresh out of production. They're adding colors, which they can say that they're going to add up to 200 colors eventually. That will be in their color ranges. And Liz from Art and Fly was wonderful. She was very apologetic. She promised me this is not what their markers should represent. And she shipped me a set of the new 48 set, fresh out of production. And that's the markers that I've swatched out here. And they are great. They really are. So I'm glad I did not air that video as a what not to buy. I'm glad that I gave Liz the opportunity to make that right. But I did want to tell you guys, if you order these off of Amazon, check your markers when you get them. Make sure that you have the newer sets of the markers. And the way you'll be able to tell is, and I've kind of got these marked here. So if you want to jot this down right now, if you think this might be something you're going to be interested in, jot these down, or at least remember this video so you can come back to it. Y38, GY163, Y44, YR33, PB183, RP138, B143, G46, BR101, BR102, G211. Those are going to be in the old set. They are not in the new set. The new set has different colors that have replaced those, and they're very, very similar colors. As you can tell, RP17 is what replaced RP138. Y164 replaced GY163. So, YR34 replaced YR33. So, you know, you've got those comparable color matches there. BR100 replaced 101. So, they are in there, but that's a way to tell if you've got, you know, a quick way I can tell you to tell if you've got the old stock. Make sure you test the markers if they don't feel juicy, because I'm telling you, these feel very juicy to me. I like them, the new set I got. If they feel dry, especially if you have any really hardness to the brush nibs, contact Liz at Art and Fly immediately. Send her the pictures because she needs to know these kind of things. I know she'll do you right. I know she'll replace the markers. I've dealt with her, and, you know, we've talked. She's a great person. Make sure that you're getting the fresh stuff, because they need to know that they need to get with Amazon and they need to get this old stock pulled. It does not need to be sold as fresh stock, and Amazon's just pushing it out. So, you know, I don't know. But then, of course, you've got the purple tones, the blue tones, and all this. It's really good set, though. And Liz over at Art and Fly, she's really awesome. I'm so glad I did not air the What Not to Buy video. It would have been horrible. I look forward to working with Art and Fly in the future with any of my marker needs, getting my replacement inks and things like that. So thank you, Liz at Art and Fly, for shipping me out that replacement set. I really, truly appreciate it. And to answer questions as far as the purple tone set, blue tone set, pastel, stones, skin, grays, when you buy these sets, there maybe one in each one, maybe, that might carry over to something that's already in the 48 set. I only had 2 markers that were identical between those 2 sets, just so you guys know. I believe it was 2, but it could have been 3, but I don't have the stone tones. I don't have those. So, yeah. And the one thing you'll notice, if you do, let me mention this too, if you purchase the pastel sets and the skin tone sets, okay, you're going to notice that in the skin tone, there's a BR107. In the pastels, there's a BR107, and these colors don't match. Spoke to Liz at Art and Fly about that. They are working to create a new skin tones set that will be coming out that will probably do away with this BR107. But if you let them know at any time that you need this particular BR107, she said they will keep that ink in stock, so you can get the replacement ink for this particular pen. So, I mean, it sounds like they're still growing and, you know, everything. And I think they're going to be a great company. I think that they're going to do great things. All right. I'll zoom in and do a little bit here just to kind of show you the tips on these. I can't color. My finger hurts too bad. I can't even put this finger against here. It is so, so painful. Okay. This is your brush nib. Okay, so when you use the brush nib, you can get very fine lines, or you can get very bold lines. And I think that the colors are beautiful. I mean, they work very nicely. Okay, and then you have the chisel ends. So you can get like all kinds of line variations with your chisel also. So there is a brief look at the Art and Fly markers. I'm sorry, I can't do, I cannot do a big review with a demo. I can't do the demo part. I'm so sorry. My hand is hurt so bad, but I wanted to get this done for you guys and get it out there. I'll leave links down below to Art and Fly, as well as to the products that are available from Art and Fly on Amazon. So if you want to just check right down in the description. And if there's something I didn't cover, if you want to leave a comment, I'll try to get an answer for that to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd love to have you here. Join us in the Facebook group. The link to the Facebook group is down in the description of the video also. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring. Bye, guys.